Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we can talk a little bit more about what makes us different and special. We have our COO, Kyle Hershey, on here as well, who will go over a demo of exactly how the software works and exactly what makes us different there with our custom software. And then we'll have our sales manager, Jose Gonzalez, with 27 years experience, explain a little bit more about what that really means for more of the traditional loans and how you actually structure the deals here. So let me go ahead and get started with sharing the website here. Most of you have probably joined from this page, so hopefully you checked it out. I just want to go through a little bit and explain a little bit more about what we mean here. So hopefully it makes more sense for everybody. So this is the page. Hopefully you all have joined. If you haven't, you can check it out anytime. We'll drop the link in there. What really makes us different? You see our big call to action here. We're all about leads. We're all about the trainings, and we're all about the software to make it all happen. So you'll hear us talk about that quite a bit. I'll talk a little bit more about kind of how it all works. Kyle will show you actually on the back end how the leads and the software work. And then Jose will talk about how he puts it all together with the training. So as I mentioned before, we are a non-delegated correspondent, and we're really all about our tools. I myself and Kyle, we come from more of a marketing and programming background. So we actually build these systems for ourselves, by ourselves, for exactly what we need. So this is the tool and a system that we built for our loan officers to scale their business, right? So we're all about leads, and that really means we need a system to work those leads. So we love to bring on, loan officers like yourself that are watching this, whether you have your own leads or you're just starting with leads. Everybody knows that to scale your business, obviously you need to bring new lifeblood into the system. So you guys can keep doing your own business, great. But what we're going to show you is how to really scale up that lead generation and really make it work for you. So how do we do that here? We have a couple bullet points. So non-delegated correspondent is the model that we've chosen, and we're approved with over 112 lenders and investors. So we built this model as we started about 4+ years ago as a branch at an FDIC bank, and then we became a very large branch as a broker, became a very large branch as non-del and del. So we've had this business model in all the different types of platforms that really exist. And we found that non-delegated is the best. And that's because we have the best of both worlds. We can be both broker and correspondent. So what that means for us is when we are the lender, when we're doing correspondent, when our name is on the documents, we have over 5,000 loan programs where we're the lender with our 32 correspondent investors. That's going to give us the best rates and terms, because when we're funding the loan with our own money, obviously that gets us better rates and terms than the brokers out there. Now, if we do need to find a special home for a loan where we can't find it within our 32 correspondent investors, we still have over 80 wholesale lenders we can broker with. So what's most important to us is that every lead that comes in, no matter where you guys are getting them or where we're getting them, we make sure we have a home for that loan. So we'll always have the best pricing and terms when we can do the loan ourselves with our correspondent investors. But if it's something outside the box, maybe a fix and flip type thing, maybe some commercial type thing, all the stuff that we do that's not quite in the box, we still want to partner with our wholesale lenders and have the outlet for our borrowers. So the non-delegated allows us to wear both hats seamlessly at the same time, which is why it's the best model for someone looking to scale their business and grow with new leads. Now, the second bullet point here is how do we do it? How do we operate it? We do it all with our system. Our system is a fully integrated POS, CRM, and LOS. And really what that means is a single login for you, for all your services for the loan, and a single login for your borrowers, most importantly. So the borrowers get a seamless experience, no matter if they go with one of our 32 investors that we're using, where it's our name on everything. So they're going with our system anyways. Or we can still use our system, even if we broker the deal to one of our brokered partners. So our software was built for us, by us, exactly as we need it. And basically, we're going to instantly take your prospect from a website inquiry. What that means is, name, email, phone number, all the way through getting live rates, live quotes, agreeing to that, completing their 1003, pulling their own credit, pulling their own VOEs. All that pops into Encompass, all done, all ready for you there with the credit pulled, the liability set, everything ready to go without you lifting a finger as the loan officer. So everything is instant, integrated, all the systems flow through to each other. Now, how do we do that? Our software has API integrations with all the cool stuff you guys are used to. So we still use Encompass, which you guys are used to. Some people like Encompass, some people don't, but we have our own system where you don't actually have to log into Encompass, right? You use all our systems, which are just powered by it. Same thing with Optimal Blue, CIC, Meridian Link, Account Check, all the great stuff you guys are used to are all operated through our one login. You just click a button instead of having to actually have separate logins for all these different systems. So we have over 100 APIs that make everything happen, and that's how you guys see it all happen in one login. Now, the next thing that we're very passionate about is the training. In all our different models, we found that the training is lacking, definitely for the average loan officer. So we definitely wanted to fill that gap. So we have our remote trainings, our live daily trainings, all kinds of different trainings. You can get trained to death with us. There's recorded trainings. There's thousands of trainings and videos that we have posted to make sure that everybody can get up to speed. So most of the time, people take the classes in our remote training center. So those are like the formal classroom style classrooms. So you can go in there, take the courses, take the tests, add new leads, all kinds of good stuff. We also have our live support if we need to go ahead and take over your screen, and our live weekly training. So 5 days a week, we have different trainings, whether it's compliance trainings or quoting trainings, or Jose does the loan structuring trainings. All of our trainings are going on every week. You can pop into those repeatedly as well. And then where we really scale up our trainings is when we have our knowledge center. So our knowledge center is where all our partners come in. So not only do we have thousands of videos, as we mentioned, from all these trainings over time, but our partners also, with hundreds of partners, they all have their own trainings and videos and guides and matrices and tricks and tips. So we have thousands of different articles all at your fingertips where you can, basically Google anything, but it all has your private loan data with all the actual investor data or broker data or whatever it is that is actually private to the company. So we have that knowledge center to basically search across all the different investors' resources and our resources instantly. So a lot of stuff at your fingertips at any time. Now, the stuff that doesn't really fit in the box that I still love to talk about, I love to do DSCR loans myself when I work with my clients and when I did a lot of loans. So we love the ability to close our DSCR business purpose loans in over 44 states. So that means we don't necessarily have to be licensed in those states. We're approved. Kyle will go over the licenses here in a minute, but we're approved in 24 states as a lender. So that means there's about 20 extra states that you don't have to be licensed in at all to do the DSCR business purpose, which we absolutely love. To make it simple here, everything that you're about to see that Kyle will show you on the back end, no matter where the lead comes from, if you didn't generate the lead yourself, no problem. There's all kinds of different ways to get leads. It's a simple 50-50 split. There's no fancy math. Everything's a 50-50 split. If you didn't generate that lead yourself, no problem. Go ahead and grab it. Kyle will show you all the great places you can grab them. It's just going to be a 50-50 split. The other thing we want to make it easy, because we do love to expand our footprint and work as a team, is there's a button. You can literally click one button and instantly refer a deal to a senior loan officer and still make 75 basis points. So no matter what plan you're on or what you're doing, if you can't do a loan because your license doesn't fit, maybe it's for your spouse or something like that where you have a conflict of interest, whatever it is, you just click one button and instantly that lead will go to someone who is licensed or is ready to do those fix and flip loans that maybe you don't know much about. So that is the power of the team and the collaboration with all of us working together in the system. We're all about setting you guys up with your own leads, as we mentioned. So if you don't have leads yet, no problem. We'll show you how to set that up. Kyle will show you a little bit about that. And if you do have leads, awesome. We'll show you how to grab that webhook and shoot them into our system so they can, do their app, take their own credit, all that stuff instantly and automatically with our Zapier webhook. And the big thing that we're all about, since we're more about the technology and come from a more marketing and tech background, no monthly fees, no hidden fees, no secret fees, no fees of any kind. What you see is exactly what you get. And that's what we're really proud of. There is no hidden fees of any kind. So now let's scroll down to the plans. This is where the video is. If you guys need to catch it again, go ahead and click play there. You can watch a replay. But let's go into what most of you are here for, our compensation plans. So since we're a very different type of lender, we are different than any other company out there. I promise you, these plans are probably different than any other company out there as well. So hopefully I can explain these. They are for us, by us, unique to what we like to do and what works for us. So what everybody's drawn to, we'll talk about the senior loan officer first. That's obviously the goal, to get everybody generating the maximum commission, which is 200 basis points. And that's going to be 200 basis points on the conventional non-QM, all the stuff you guys are used to that we do every day. There are different comps for, HELOCs and commercial loans and things like that. So you want to read the full agreement, but 90% of the loans that we do are going to be in this category. 200 basis points is 2% commission, for those of you maybe not familiar. Now, to make it simple, if you take a company lead, no matter where it comes from, how it comes in, there's all kinds of different cool leads we have. It's 100 basis points compensation when a senior loan officer takes a company lead. And that's for the conventional non-QM, most of the stuff we're used to. That's 1% commission for those not familiar. So great commission there on company leads and your own self-gen leads. Now, how do you get to be a senior loan officer? You have to close your 6 loans to upgrade to a senior loan officer. So that way you know exactly how to use our system. And then you'll be receiving referrals from our team as a senior loan officer. So all the deals flow uphill, obviously. So people who maybe don't know as much about certain products will instantly send those leads over to you. So you don't just get leads, you actually get the referrals, which are, people's spouses, people doing their own deals, all that kind of great stuff. You can then upgrade to a team leader and earn even more. So if you want to help people structure their deals, you can become a team leader and earn 15 basis points more when you help structure those people's deals in your team. Same thing as a branch manager. If you want to upgrade all the way to a branch manager and be fully responsible for a team, you can do that and earn 25 basis points more. So a lot of upgrade options once you get up to a senior loan officer and you're rocking and rolling. So now how do you get there? Remember, you have to close 6 loans. So everybody has to start as a loan officer. Our system is different. We want to make sure we team you up with a team leader and a branch manager who knows how to use our system, knows what buttons to press, all that kind of great stuff. So your first 6 loans, you're still going to make great commission, 150 basis points there. And that's again on the conventional non-QM stuff, the stuff we're all used to. And that's 1.5% commission for those of you not familiar with basis points. Now you can still get company leads. There's all kinds of great company leads here that you can grab as a loan officer. You're just not going to necessarily get the referrals that are the ones that come from the team, but you can still make 75 basis points on any company lead you grab. That's 0.75% commission. That's on the conventional non-QM. So you can still grab company leads for your first 6 deals, no problem. You get a 50-50 split, learn how to use the system. So all of our loan officers get the unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. They're going to have access to our good leads coming in off the live campaigns that Kyle will show you here in a second. They're going to still be able to refer deals to senior LO. So, if you're newer or you're just getting into this, maybe you don't know how to do, my example would be like a fix and flip loan, press that button. Or if you can't do it because you're not licensed, press that button and you still make great commission. You can originate up to 22 states. We actually just got 2 states yesterday. So we have 24 states now for primary and second homes. And then that makes the math different here. Now we can originate in 20 additional without necessarily having a license there under our footprint. So that just changed yesterday. We'll have to update the website since we got 2 new licenses. And the fine print here, most of you guys probably can't see this, but we want to make sure our loan officers are generating 1 loan per month. So that way it takes 6 months or less to get you upgraded to a senior loan officer. If you're not doing 1 loan a month, you're probably not full-time. And therefore that brings us to our next point. If you're not full-time, you're not ready to do 1 loan a month, you're just getting into it, you're just getting back into it. Maybe you're a realtor and you're doing this to supplement your income, which is awesome. We're all realtors here as well. No problem. We have the plan for you. And that is our junior loan officer plan here. Still make great commission, 75 basis points. Don't have to worry about doing loans at all. You're not actually going to do any loans as far as sign the loan application, but you're still licensed. You can still make great commission. You're still going to work on loans and learn, learn while you earn 75 basis points. That's 0.75%. And you're simply going to refer deals to senior loan officers. You're going to learn about it. You're going to gather the information. You're going to talk to the customer, your family, your friends, maybe some of the lead sources that we have there for you guys to mine through. You're going to get the information. You're going to press that button to refer them to a senior loan officer, and you're going to work side by side so that you can learn while you earn there on those deals. So you're still going to have access to the system so you can do all the cool stuff and message them and call them and all that kind of great stuff. Still have access to our leads in our auto dialer. Kyle will show you here so you can do some mining like we were talking about. And the main goal here, again, is to refer deals to senior LOs, which are the people that know exactly what they're doing, exactly what to do, exactly when. and you're still going to make commission because they're going to know exactly what to do. So 75 basis points referring those deals. And of course, everybody in the company can recruit other people to the company and make some bonuses. Very popular plans these days. We have the same type of thing. So no matter which plan you land on, you can still obviously bring people in, tell them about the company, and make some extra bonuses there. Now, the key here is there is no minimum production. You don't have to do any minimum production. You basically are going to be only responsible for referring deals to the senior loan officers. So you don't have to sign any loan applications, a lot less responsibility there. So this is for the people that may not be full-time or maybe just trying to get their foot in the door. So if there's any reason you're not going to be full-time 100% closing more than one loan a month, this right here is the plan for you. If you're ready to jump in both feet and be a full-time loan officer, check out our systems. This is the plan for you, the loan officer plan. So feel free to click these links when you get a chance. But let's go ahead and have Kyle take over now and actually show you guys what the actual back end looks like and a little bit about how the software works. Are you ready, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so when you come on board, we'll do a full training on this system, of course, but just want to point out a couple things. So this is our CRM. Going to do pretty much what every other CRM does, right? You take your notes and send your emails and texts. They pile up down here in order. You can set reminders for yourself. You can put them on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically text and email them over time, all that kind of good stuff. But what's really sets us apart here is our quoting system. So you can get just 6 pieces of info from the client without pulling credit or anything like that. And within 2 minutes, you can click one button to pull up all the rates from all of our different investors for your scenario. And within 2 minutes, you can text and email them a quote automatically that looks like this, where they can scroll over these things and see what they mean on this rate sheet. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, has the proposed loan info, breaks down the taxes and insurance and the estimated lender fees. And then of course has you here as the loan originator. And you can also attach realtors to this. So if you have realtor partners you're working with, you can attach them to the deal so they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within minutes, but you can actually attach them to the deal and tell their client, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. Now, the even cooler part is that they can go ahead right then and click Start Loan Application. That actually takes them to create their borrower portal, which is right here, and you can see they can start their loan application right here and fill out the entire 1003 in our system without leaving the page. We're prompting them to upload the basic documents that we're going to need. They can see their loan info, the milestone of where their loan is at in real time, and they can see their team as well, as far as you contacting you with updates and all that kind of good stuff. So that is what they're seeing on their end. Now, what I'm going to show you now is what you see on your end. Now that the client has started their application, you see the documents. You can help them upload documents. You see the 1003. You can help them fill that out. But the best thing here is to request documents. You can say, hey, I'm going to need 12 months bank statements. Now they know they need to upload 12 months bank statements. You can say, you know what? This started as a conventional loan, and now it's going to be a VA self-employed loan. But I don't know what documents I'm going to need for that, but I can just click one button here, say to replace those documents, and now we're only asking what we need for a self-employed VA loan. You can also request signatures. So if you need them to sign something, you can come here and save the changes, and now it's going to prompt them to sign the document right there in their system, and they don't have to leave the page. The e-sign is all integrated into our system. And you can also request custom documents and, say that they need this, this, and that, and you can request those custom documents. Now, once this client has filled out the 1003 and they click submit, we actually pull their credit instantly automatically. We pay for it on the front end. You don't have to pay for it. Your client doesn't have to pay for it up front. It's automatically pulled. So once they submit their application, the credit is pulled, and now you can click our Encompass API. So right here, this button, and this pulls up Encompass in our system. So you can originate the whole loan right here in our system, and the 1003 is already going to be filled in there. The credit is already going to be pulled and in here in encompass, right? So everything happens here through one system. So we also have our processor assist button. So you can click one button to order VOEs, VOAs, lock the loan, do COCs, cancel the loan, all that kind of good stuff. So we have everything here built into this one system. So you see how we can take a lead from being just a brand new lead to communicating with them, to quoting them, to collecting the 1003, collecting the documents, pulling the credit, originating the loan right here in Encompass, and finishing the loan, having the processor assist throughout the entire time. And once it's in underwriting, the underwriting conditions are going to pop up in here as well. So when you get the conditions from the underwriters, they'll pop up in here as a condition, and you can upload the files right there to attach them to the condition and fulfill the conditions, or you can dispute the condition if you think that it needs to be disputed. So again, everything from start to finish is going to happen right here in our system. Now, let's talk about the actual leads themselves. So where are we, going to get these leads that we're using here? Now, first and foremost, we're going to be sending you text messages all day with leads from our Facebook campaigns. Right? As Nick said, we come from more of a marketing background. Our hot, fresh leads are coming in. As soon as somebody clicks on our Facebook ad, you're sent a text that second, so you can click the link and pull up that person and call them within seconds. So your phone's going to be getting text messages all day with those hot, fresh leads. Now, another way that we provide leads for you in our system is our auto dialer. So our auto dialer, you can call hundreds of people in a day, right, using the dialer. You can drop automated text messages and emails to them with one click when they don't answer. So in one click, you can drop the automated text and emails, click next call, and you're on to the next call. Now, we have different types of leads in here, from ones that come through our Facebook campaigns to regular purchase leads, to trigger leads, to cold calls, to realtor leads. You can call 300-400 realtors in a day to build those relationships. So everything is here, right here in the auto dialer, and you can call hundreds of them a day using that button to drop the automated texts and emails as well. Now, another way that you can work leads here in our system is that you can purchase your own campaign that we manage for you. So the same leads that we get from our ad campaigns that we know work, you can purchase your own campaign, and we just copy our campaign and put your budget on it. So we know our DSCR lead campaign works, and you can say, hey, I want my own campaign to get those same type of DSCR leads, and that way they don't have a lead split. Right? So if you purchase one of these campaigns, we're going to manage your campaign. You're going to get more leads than just the ones we give you, and there's not going to be a 50-50 split on it. I always like to talk about the perfect example of this is one of our loan officers, Nicole, who closed her first loan ever as a $1,060,000 loan. So her first commission ever as a loan officer was $16,000. Now, it was from one of the leads from a campaign that we ran, but it was one from her campaign that she purchased, right? So she saved $8,000 in commission by purchasing that lead herself, right? For her first deal ever. So definitely something to take advantage of. Get yourself more leads and get yourself leads without the 50-50 commission split like there is on the leads that we give you at no cost. Another way to work leads in our system here is to import them. So we give you your custom webhook here and the instructions to be able to import them. So if you purchase leads from anywhere else, say Zillow or Free Rate Update or wherever it may be, you can take those and they'll instantly be shot into our CRM. You'll get the notification from us that you have it, so you can call them and quote them and gather the documents, everything in our system, just like if it's one of ours, right? But it's one that you're going to get from wherever you get it from. Obviously, there's no lead split on those because those are yours. We're just going to give you the mechanism. So as soon as that lead comes in from Zillow, that second it's going to go into our CRM and you're going to be notified by our system. So we essentially have every type of way that you could work leads here built into our system because we are all about leads. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nick here to talk about the type of leads we get and why. So we talked about earlier, Nick and I are more from a marketing background. Nick has been doing online advertising for over 15 years. He is certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate, certified by Facebook as a media planning professional, certified by Google Ads as a Google Ad search specialist, and just has a lot of experience in leads and online marketing. So I'm going to let him talk about the type of leads we get and why. Then we'll have Jose talk more about the support we have here, and then we'll open it up to questions.
All right. So yeah, whenever we do a campaign, whether it's for us or anybody, we want to make sure we do something different and unique. So for the last 4 years, we've been doing the exact opposite of what the big retailers have been doing, which is basically racing to the bottom to see how low they can pay you guys and reduce your guys' commission as loan officers to do a high volume refi business, right? Which is obviously not a sustainable business model. They made billions over the last few years, but it wasn't sustainable. A lot of you here maybe were one of the tens of thousands of people that have been fired because that business model is not sustainable. So for the last 4 years, we've been focused on something entirely different. We're always going to be advertising to the customers that the big guys aren't. So we're going to be going after the customers that aren't being served, the underserved borrowers like the investors, the self-employed borrowers that don't quite qualify for the cookie cutter conventional refis that the big shops are going for. So we're going to get those customers that are not being targeted. We're going to advertise them with the products that serve their needs, obviously. So we're very big into non-QM. So we're going to advertise to those customers that were denied at a big box retailer the bank statement or non-QM programs that work for them. They're going to click on those ads and engage with them. And we're going to connect them instantly with you guys and teach you guys how to do it. So when we put that all together, along with our pricing, we don't discriminate on our pricing. We love to have options, as we talked about before. We're non-delegated. So if the best thing for the borrower is a non-delegated option, great, that's what we're going to send them. If the best thing for the borrower is a broker option, great, that's what we're going to send them. So we have a 275 margin, no matter which way you go. We're not going to steer you guys or steer the customer any way. We're going to make sure we do what's always best for the customer. So we're going to get the customers the big guys aren't doing. We're going to service them with the products that they don't offer at all. We're going to teach you guys how to do those products properly, and we're going to knock it out the park because we're always going to have the most competitive pricing across the board for what's best for our borrowers. So no matter what kind of crazy requests we get on these leads, we want to make sure we have a home. So whether it's a broker deal or a correspondent deal, we have to have a home for that loan. We have to make sure that we're giving the borrower the best benefit. We're not telling them they have to go one way or the other. We're telling them this is the best deal you can get in America on this loan at this time, right? We're always going to have all the outlets. So no matter what the crazy request is, we're going to make sure we service them the best. And we still do conventional loans, right? If they click an ad just because they think they didn't qualify because a big box retailer told them they couldn't because they're self-employed, we're going to teach you guys how to do a proper analysis to properly analyze their self-employed income so that the customers that do qualify conventional, we still do that. So they qualify VA, great. They're going to get a VA loan if they qualify, right? We're going to go down the list, FHA, VA, conventional, USDA, see if they qualify for any standard programs. Then if they don't, which sometimes they don't, that's why they're clicking on the ad, we have all of the bank statement, P&L to 99 options to service those borrowers that need that extra help. We have the no ratio options. We have every option that exists, every loan program you've ever heard of. We already have it. And if we don't, please let me know and I'll get it tomorrow. So we want to make sure we have a solution for every single borrower, no matter what their requests are, and that we provide them the best service by teaching you guys how to do that. And most importantly, we don't steer them one way or the other. Whatever's going to be the best for the client is what we're always going to serve the client. So that's basically how we do it. Kyle always wants me to make sure you guys know we don't only do non-QM. We just make sure that we serve people in a unique way, which if they qualify conventional, we still do plenty of conventional, VA, USDA, FHA, and then we do a lot of non-QM because a lot of people do need that extra help. So does that cover it for you there, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's have Jose talk about how he fits in here. Jose Gonzalez, 27 years as a loan officer and a realtor, and he is the sales manager here and helps support the entire team. So Jose, could you touch a little bit on the support here, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Yep, I mean, you've heard the leads, amazing way to get business. You've heard the technology. definitely ways to create synergy to your operations, operate more efficiently, create more business as well. But what are you going to do with all that business that you're creating, especially if you're new to the mortgage calculator and to our processes, right? Well, that is where all of the multiple layers of support that we offer come into play, right? Beginning with our Zoom room that is manned by in-house processors until 7 p.m. on work days. So that's a very good way to get your basic needs taken care of. I can't figure out how to log in, something wrong with your Encompass, any basic things like that, how to do a credit supplement, you can't remember, fine. You go into the Zoom room and the in-house processors can assist you, right? You're sending out quotes and somebody accepts one of your quotes or sends it an application, there's email alerts that go out to you, go out to your team leader, go out to management as well, where then everybody is going to be collaborating to make sure that you're aware, hey, you got a new application in, we're here to assist. You're going to book your meeting with your team leader, go over the structure of that deal and make sure that your deal is off on the right foot. Once that deal is put together, you're ready to disclose the file, you may meet with your team leader again as needed to review the final structure of the deal and then set up your disclosure meeting, at which time we will review your file in depth with you and then approve your disclosure to submit. Now, as far as disclosures, there's multiple routes that we can go there, because at the Mortgage Calculator, we do afford you the luxury of not only being able to participate in the correspondent channel where we are a lender, but also to participate in the wholesale channel where we are a broker. All of those file submissions would need to be approved by us, at which time we would have our disclosure meeting, go over your file again, make sure that all your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, everything is good to go. And then if it's correspondent, we disclose it in-house immediately right there with you on the meeting, which is an additional great level of support, getting your files disclosed immediately. No need to go to another portal necessarily and wait for that disclosure to occur, unless it may be a mini core file where we're the lender, but they disclose, or a wholesale channel file where we are the broker and they disclose. So again, you see how we would give you support internally on the correspondent channel, because as soon as that file is disclosed, it then goes to our intake. If it's an internal file where we are the lender and correspondent, it goes to our intake department. Intake is completed on the file, and then that file is registered on the portal of your choice where you had priced it out, and when it was disclosed, it was the portal, the investor that was selected for that loan. So intake, once they're complete with intake, will register that file for you so that then you can request your lock-in when needed. And then it goes to our internal underwriting support, who reviews the file in depth, scrubs it, sends you a list of preliminary conditions, and then proceeds to submit that file to underwriting for you and the documents that are in the file at that time. And another additional support there, because not only are they vetting that file for you up front, they are then telling you what you need, submitting it to underwriting. Conditions are going to come back, reconcile the conditions with what we have, and then hopefully you already have everything that you need by the time it comes back from underwriting, so we could resubmit the file back for the clear to close, right? And that's handled again by our internal underwriting support team. Any assistance you need along the way, like you get the initial list of conditions, you can meet with your team leader to go over those conditions in depth, get the action plan or roadmap on what is needed to quickly resubmit that file back for the clear to close. You can meet with your team leaders, you can meet with management, you can go into the Zoom room, different, again, multiple layers of support that we offer at the Mortgage Calculator. Just like Kyle mentioned, that one deal for Nicole that we helped her out, that was $1,056,000 profit and loss deal. It was her first loan, and it even had an appraisal transfer attached that was part of the deal. that the borrower said, oh, by the way, besides getting my loan that was denied somewhere else, your challenge here is to approve me and to use my appraisal that I already have. And we were able to do that, assisting her in 21 days. That very difficult file got closed with a transferred appraisal to boot. So that is obviously the extreme example, but if we can get that deal closed in 21 days by a newbie, there's no reason why we can't get your deal closed in 21 days, whether it be P&L, bank statement, FHA, conventional, no ratio primary. I mean, we have so many different products, so many different solutions here at the Mortgage Calculator. No need to get frustrated. And when in doubt, you have your team leaders. You get your first deal, you feel, and you feel like not 100% confident to handle it on your own. That's fine. You can work it together with your team leader or with another senior LO. And still get paid on the deal and earn while you learn. You would get paid half of your normal commission on that deal, but you would quickly get a jump start to how to do everything right and not lose the deal, because a happy customer sends many, many referrals. So looking forward to helping all of you when you join and come on board. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, last step here is to go over the next steps for you to actually get started. So right here is the site. Nick, you could go ahead and drop the link there in the chat for me to sign up when you're ready. So if you feel that this is a good fit for you, you can go ahead and sign up at the link. It's going to take you to fill out a form. Now, once you fill out that form, it's going to take you right to the compensation agreement to sign. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. It's also going to email you a copy of it. And once you look that over, once you sign that initial agreement, that kicks off all of the rest of the next steps so that we can sponsor your license and get your ID documents and all that kind of stuff. So first step is signing up here, then signing that initial agreement. And then at that point, we will send you all of the next steps for onboarding. Okay. You can go ahead and stop recording then, Nick, and we will go ahead and get into questions.